thought for the day. Cherish this moment. I remember years ago I had took two homies with me to Washington, D.C. to give a talk. Anthony and Joshua, they were in fact enemies, rivals, 18, 19 years old. We gave a bunch of talks and did the tours thing. Stayed at my brother and his wife's house in D.C. We were about there 3 nights. On the last night, we'd gone out to dinner and we came home around 8 o'clock. And Joshua and Anthony went upstairs to watch TV, Gremlins, as I recall. And my brother and his wife and myself, we sat in the living room. We had a beer and just catching up. And then all of a sudden, I see Anthony comes down. He makes himself at home, and he walks into the refrigerator. And I can see him from the living room. He goes to get a soda. And he sees me and that I'm drinking a beer, and he goes, "Hey, can I have a beer?" I said, "Well, you're 18, so ask me when you're 21. He goes back in the refrigerator and he goes, "It would mean a lot to me." I said, "No." And he goes back into the refrigerator and he said, "I would cherish this moment." Anyway, so cherish, you know, it comes from an old French word that means to hold dear, to kind of just hold it and look at it, and it's precious and you treasure it. And we're used to only cherishing certain things. The kind word and the gentle touch and the thoughtful gesture. Why do we do that? Why do we limit ourselves to just the good? What about the bad and the ugly? Why are we just cherishing these good things when we could really cherish this moment, every single one, the humiliating, the annoying, the exasperating? Why not? So part of the issue, of course, is that sometimes we get stuck in kind of a terrifying fear, and we terrifyingly cling and grasp. And the antidote, of course, is not to just let go, but to cherish. The poet Rumi writes, "Sell your cleverness, buy bewilderment." And the idea is to sort of be curious about stuff, be bewildered. Allow yourself to kind of cherish every moment. Don't be discriminating and keep eliminating the things that you cherish and the things you don't. And not long ago I had to be at a meeting off campus somewhere, and I was late and it was all my fault, and I was annoyed at the world. Of course, I was annoyed that they had this meeting at this time. I was irritated that the meeting was at this place. I thought the whole meeting was dumb eventually as I was kind of working myself up. And I was trying to, you know, win the argument. And by God, and I'm trying to find parking, and I'm pissed at the world, and I'm honking, and I'm storming to the meeting, and I'm kind of getting myself worked up over this thing, when all of a sudden I stop on the sidewalk and I go, wait a minute. Cherish this moment. Observe it. Sell your cleverness and your willingness and desire to win the argument. And just sort of be bewildered by how funny life is and how complex our feelings are. And somehow you end up looking at the humiliating and the irritating and the annoying, and you cherish it as much as anything else. And suddenly you're liberated, you're freed. You're no longer fearful of what people will think. You're no longer terrifyingly clinging to one thing or another. You're freed. So the antidote to our fear is not so much letting go, but to cherish. Sell your cleverness, buy bewilderment, and cherish every moment that happens today.